So besides ChatGPT, as I mentioned, there is Microsoft Bing AI, which is powered by the latest version of ChatGPT, but you have to have it set to creative mode because it has a couple of different modes you could set it to get similar results as the default GPT-4 gives you. So that is very useful, and I'll show you exactly how to set that up here so you could kind of get a good understanding of what that is. And then there's Google Bard AI. Now, Google Bard AI is really powerful, and you have free access to that as well. That has full internet search. It has a ton of options. Not powered by ChatGPT in any way. It's its own thing. It's from Google, trained on a whole different data set. So sometimes you'll find one of them more useful than the other one. And I've done in the tutorial section a complete 20-minute side-by-side overview of all these different models. But in my takeaway, GPT is good a lot of times in the creative side of things. Bard is good with speed and just like the research side of things. And they're all really useful. And the way you would actually give it a chat or a prompt to try to get a result is going to be the same. So use the same fundamental rules you're about to learn here. So let me show you right now in this section a video that shows you how to set up Microsoft Bing AI, the different limitations it has and the different features it has. And I'll show you a video right after that showing you how to use Google Bard AI. So then you get to know how those work. And then we'll dive right into ChatGPT in far more detail right after that. Microsoft just released a new Bing, and this new Bing AI is powered by the latest version of ChatGPT. Microsoft partnered with OpenAI, the company that makes ChatGPT, so now you could access ChatGPT 4 for free using the new Bing AI. So to access the new Bing AI on your PC or Mac computer, all you have to do is just Google it and click the first link here, and I'll try to link it below in the description and press try it now. And on this page, it's available for a ton of different browsers. So I'm on a Mac here, I could download it for a Mac. It's available through Microsoft Edge only right now. You can still go to bing.com and use it, but the version I'm gonna show you is actually based on Microsoft Edge. It's available for Windows, and there is an app too, again, that I covered differently for iOS and Android. But I'll download the Mac version over here. And once you install it on your computer, it's going to launch the Microsoft Edge browser. Bing AI is built into the browser here. I could complete the setup here, go through the steps, then I'll show you what to do next. Now, once Microsoft Edge is all set up, what I recommend is you go to bing.com/new, and this will bring you to this page. The other option you have is over here on the right side, you could click here and it will bring you the chat bots. So you could use it on the side, but I like the full page version of it. So I'm gonna close this one, and bing.com/new is gonna give me the option to create chat right here, and it's gonna give me the full page version of it. Again, it's always available to you with this link right here, but this is kind of the compressed version of it on the right side of your page. So I'll close this and I'll show you the full page, and then I'll show you that tab as well because it has some options that you'll find useful. But here, the first thing you typically do is choose a conversation style. So you have 3. By default, it's landing on more balanced, which I like, but you have more creative and more precise. So if I choose more balanced, then I could just go ahead and ask it anything. If you've used ChatGPT, you're familiar with some of this, which is called prompt engineering, coming up with the prompt, the right question to get the right answer. But if you're brand new to this whole thing, it's still pretty easy to use. So let me just show you. I'm gonna ask it a question, and I'll just press enter here, and it's gonna do a really interesting thing. It's gonna take that question, turn it into a search, but then still answer you in the AI chat format. So it's still very conversational here, more balanced conversational style. And it's gonna kind of give me a very step-by-step process based on what I asked it. Now the answer is gonna be dependent on the type of question. So the formatting is gonna change, but you could ask it, hey, make this a day-by-day for me. Make this into a table of content. Write this like I'm 10 years old, or maybe this is a romantic getaway. Change that for me that way. But one of the coolest part is it tells me what to ask next. Because a lot of times with ChatGPT, for example, it's gonna give you no type of idea on how to follow up this conversation, how to learn more about this topic. Here, I could just click right here based on some of the suggestions, and it's gonna basically do another search for me, and then it's gonna give me a chat kind of a response, chat format conversational response. And if you look over here, it says 2 out of 20. It remembers 20 different prompts. Basically, the back and forth, it remembers that up to 20 different times. So it could refer back to an earlier conversation. That's very useful. The other thing, probably the coolest thing about Bing AI, is that it has live access to the internet. It's actually doing an internet search. So one is going to pull up relevant URLs so you could learn more about where you got that information from. So it's going to refer back. You could see these numbers. This is where you got the information from. Basically, it's going to give you that reference and source. You could do a little bit of a deeper dive. And because it has live access to the internet, it's combining AI chat with the power of search, something other platforms like ChatGPT can't do. Even though this is powered by ChatGPT, it also has Microsoft Bing built into it. Something that brings the best of both search and AI chat kind of format into one new platform. Once you're done, all you have to do is press new topic and it'll bring you back to this page. Now it's not going to remember anything you said before and it'll start brand new. And if you just don't want chat and you want search, you could go to search. It's going to bring up the search box. Again, this is like Google. If you haven't used Bing before, it's a search engine that you may be used to. Anytime you could, with your mouse, scroll back up, it'll bring you back to chat. Now this icon over here has some more options. So it still has the chat, so I won't show you this because this is exactly the same as I showed you on this half. But the compose option is really cool. So here, I could ask it to write about something. So I'm writing a blog post about AI tech, for example. Then I could choose a conversational tone. I could choose a format, so you could write an email, for example, or an entire blog post, which is what I did here. Choose a length, so medium length, and I just click generate draft here. And then in a couple minutes, it gave me this entire blog post here that I could copy and paste just by clicking copy right here. And I could just make changes to it right here. This is also kind of a Word editor. And if I'm happy with it, I could post it to my website just from here by copying it or adding it to my website. Very interesting way to completely compose all your emails and blog posts, at least get the initial draft and then tweak it from here. And that's just right in the compose. And anytime I could go back to chat, chat also allows you to do some of this as well, but compose I think makes it a little bit easier just because it gives you some of these prompts exactly on what to do. So you don't have to say, write me a blog post, because that's one of the options. All you have to do is give it a sentence or up to 2,000 characters worth of a prompt here to write about, and it's gonna go ahead and generate that draft for you right over here that you could just take. And this new Bing AI is also available to you on the mobile version too, on the iOS, the iPhone app, and the Android app. So if you want to learn more about how that works, I'll put a link to a video that I made covering exactly how it works on the mobile devices. But this on Microsoft Edge here should get you going. And this is now available to everyone. There's no wait list, so you could try it right now. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next time. Google Bard AI recently became available to everyone, so I wanted to update this video to show you all the new options it has and how to access it if you want to try it out. Now, Google Bard is an AI chatbot, and it's the direct answer and competitor to Microsoft Bing AI and OpenAI's ChatGPT. I've had private access for about a month to Bard, but now in its wider release, it's really, really useful. I'm really impressed with it, and it's got some new options that just weren't available a month ago. So I'm going to update this video and show you exactly how to use Bard. To access Bard, you could go to this website, bard.google.com, and you could sign in. Now it's going to ask you to sign in with your Google account, which you probably already have one if you have YouTube or Gmail. I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and sign into my Google account to use Bard. Now, similar to other AI chatbots, you're going to get a prompt box here. A prompt is where you could ask it a question and give it a prompt. It also has this microphone access, so it's going to start listening to you and typing in a prompt that way. I'll stop it here. And right on the left side, you also have light mode if you want to turn it to light mode. Mine is set to dark mode. I'll show you a couple other options as I show you how to use this. Now, as far as your prompt, you could just ask it any type of questions. There's a ton of different questions that this could answer. I'm just going to ask it, what's the difference between Bard and Bing and ChatGPT? I'm going to press enter, and it actually responds very, very quickly. So as you see, I just got a response just like that in one click. Now, another unique thing with Bard that I like right here, it says view other draft. It actually creates 3 different drafts, and they're actually way different. You see the format that it gave me for this one? Look at this one. This is in a different format with bullet points, and this one is yet in a different format with a table. So this one is way more useful. So I could actually check out the comparison here between ChatGPT, Bing, and Bard. So it's saying that creativity with ChatGPT is high, Bard medium, Bing low. So that's useful. So now let me ask it a follow-up question. That's another thing you could do with these AI models. You could actually follow up. So I'm going to ask it to actually create a table and compare itself with all the other language models. So Bard, ChatGPT, and as you can see, it actually created this really nice table for me. Now the language models, Bard is what we're using from Google, ChatGPT and GPT-3. These also, actually GPT-4, powers Bing as well. So all the GPT models that roll out, that's what Bing accesses. So those are the same. And there's some other language models that you haven't heard of before just yet, but they're going to be rolling out as well. Now here's 3 interesting things you won't find elsewhere. One is you could actually press Google it, right? This is only available with this kind of a language model because it's from Google, and it could actually do a related search on Google. So I could click that and it will open up a Google web page here. So that's really useful to go back and forth between Bard and a Google search. And you also have this option right here that lets you actually export the results into a doc, basically a Google Doc, or draft an email inside of Gmail. So if I click this right here, check this out. It says open Gmail, and look at this. It just created an email. It took that, I could edit it inside of my email and then send it to any recipient as an email. That is really fantastic. It saves me a lot of time from saving that, copy that into an email. It also has the Google Doc option that does kind of the same thing. You could also copy the text with these 3 dots if you don't want to use those 2 options. And the thumbs up and thumbs down are for you to train Bard because it's still in the experimental phase here. And if you go over here to Bard activity, I recommend you go over here. And if you want to change any of these settings, you can. So you could actually turn off Bard activity so it doesn't remember your previous prompts, because by default, all your previous prompts will show up over here, and you could basically erase any of them with the X on this page. Let me go back here. And if you want to start again, you just press reset chat. It's going to reset the chat. You're not going to be able to go to it from the left side like you could with ChatGPT, but you could go to Bard activity and they're listed where I just showed you, and you could bring them back, or you could just start with a fresh prompt right over here. Now, Google is also working on changing Google search. So in a demo they recently showed, instead of showing you search results, different websites, Bard is going to show up as the answer on top, and you could prompt it and interact with it right on top of Google. So that single-handedly is going to change the internet forever. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.